Well, good afternoon. Here we are on the Empty Skull Ranch. We are clearing out a spot for a 40 by 50 garage, which is going to be the epicenter, the hive of our operations. So anyway, that's what we got so far. That was all wooded. Long job ahead of us. Got to get the site work done, got to get the pad poured. We're working on that little by little. Well, here we are as the night has come to a falling. You can see behind me a lot of stuff has gotten cleared away. Time for the building to arrive. Actually, no, it's not arriving yet. We got to get the site work guy out here to do the slab and see what that's going to look like, where exactly it's going to sit. And I'm thinking that tree right there is going to come down. That tree. Doesn't look it in the picture, but it is rather tall. So I'd rather take it down now than 3 years down the road, have it die off. It's leaning towards where the building's going to be, and then have it come down on the building and say, I had this great big open space. Why didn't I drop it then? I can already see that happening. So anyway, that's the progress right now. You guys are going to be with me the whole time. This whole building goes up. 40 by 50 Empty Skull Ranch workshop. All right. Also, before I let you guys go, as stated in the title, it's getting a little bit dark now, but in the spirit of the Empty Skull Ranch, trying to do budget things and all that stuff on a budget for you fellas out there, that fellows and girl fellows, yeah, who might be looking for budget chainsaws and whatnot. I figured I'd take a chance because 4 of my Husqvarna chainsaws died simultaneously. Don't ask me how that happened, but it did. So I figured, rather than trying to fix them when I'm on a kind of a time constraint to get this garage done, I have this guy, the Holtz forma version of the Husky 372 XP with this 28-inch bar on it. This one is behaving much like a Husky. It's giving me issues. And I also have the Holtz forma G466 steel clone with the wraparound handle as well. Both these saws have the wraparound handle. I've run them quite a bit today, doing all that slab prep work. As you can see, there's some of my old Husqvarnas back there, and one that's a little newer, but it was giving me issues as well. But figured, why not, while I'm doing this whole garage project, why not try out these guys in real time on a real project to see how they hold up. So that's going to be a compounded part of this series of films, videos, to see how well they do throughout the life of this project. But I have a 105cc Stihl 70 that I've had for about 4 years, and it's been working rather well. That's what kind of prompted me to get these guys, because if that one's held up that well, kind of leaning towards a Stihl variety here. This one cuts like a madman. This thing cuts like crazy. But anyway, we will drop that tree tomorrow and we'll see how that comes out. All right, here we are on the next day. I told you guys we'd be back in the morning to knock down that tree. And we did. It's laying on the ground in pieces right now. Took it down. This thing was perfectly balanced. Had to throw some wedges in there to get the job done. But point being, I said we were going to look at these Holtz forma saws that we got down here. So these are the ones I've been using. I got this guy here, the clone of the Husqvarna 372 XP 71cc or 72cc if technically saw. So they copied everything entirely just like a Husqvarna. It runs pretty well. The carb needs adjustment. I don't know if it's a breather, because every time you take the gas cap off you get a little bit of a hiss. So I opened up the top and I gave the breather a little jar, and I didn't get the hiss out of the gas tank again, but also it wasn't running to prove that point, but I think it had then shut down. So nonetheless, we'll see if that little thing helped. It would be cool if that's the thing that worked, but either way, full wraparound bar, really handy when you're needing to change angles. Bar seems pretty firm. I mean, you get it, the bar's off of it, you got to put it onto it. And the anti-vibe system has the same type like any Husqvarna has. It's got the spring, the recoil spring on it. So it runs very smooth. This guy right here, clone of the Stihl 466, the Holtz Forma G466. Very original name, but nonetheless, perfect copy of a Stihl with the full wraparound bar. 76cc saw, cuts like a madman. So let's try and get these going. I mean, they come complete with NGK plugs in it. That's what I would have put in it anyway, so I was actually kind of pleased to see that they come with an NGK plug in it. But let's see how it does on an actual log. Kind of worried because this has got a little nub there into the dirt. So we'll see if that makes a pinch. I might have to have my assistant put a wedge into it. But let's start with the Husqvarna. See if this thing will actually run for us. It was running, so I'm not going to choke it. See if it'll start running right off the rip. Ooh, it wants to. Kill switch just like a regular third generation Husqvarna would have. Now let's try out the Stihl, the 76cc. This has become my new favorite saw. I really enjoy this one. Let's hope that it doesn't prove me wrong in the video though, right? Ooh, she wants it. Oh, she wants it. I can say about these two saws is I've had to kind of tinker with the Husqvarna one to get it to run right. Done a little bit of messing with the carb on it, cleaning out the filters and whatnot. The other hand, I have yet to crack that one and actually clean anything out on it, crack any breather valves or do anything whatsoever to it. It's just been performing right out of the box. So vote of confidence on both of these saws, whereas that one's not bad. I'll give it its credit. It's a clone. I get it. You know, it's not going to be as good as a real thing. But having both of these saws, if I'm going to go out and buy one of them, I think I'm going to go out and buy the Stihl, the actual version. Mind you, this is a 25-inch bar, so that does kind of help it out a little bit, and it is a bigger motor than this guy, and this one's got a 28-inch bar on it. Both sharp chains, both on a very lively red oak, and either way, if you're not doing this on a commercial level where you're running your saws every single day, but you have a little home operation or running, you know, small business, I'd say it's worth the money because it's a fraction of the cost of the real thing. And I don't like to promote stuff like that, but we like to do budget stuff here on the ranch and kind of give a hand to the working class fella or fellette that might be wanting to do their own business on the side and just get ahead and get started. I think these two saws would help you out immensely. I really like the blue one. I really do. It's proved itself on the ranch, but I told you guys I'd give you a demo on both of these saws, and basically whatever you think, and I will get with you in a little bit.